The headlines. Funeral service of Chairman of NSC and IM Ishaq Su observed at Hebron. Hello and welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Subla Kangalom. Let's see the news in detail. The funeral service of the chairman of Nationalist Socialist Council of Nagalim, Ishaq Su, was held at the headquarters of the council at Hebron. Many representatives and cadres of the council paid homage to the late leader of the council at his funeral service. The ceremony was also attended by many representatives of different civil society organizations. It may be mentioned that Ishaq Su passed away on June 28 last at Fortis Hospital at Vasant Kunj in New Delhi due to an illness. He had been getting treatment at the hospital since July 5, 2015. He was born in 1929 at GC Limi, a Naga village in Jonhimboto district, Nagaland. The 12 kilometers long road from Ngarian Lamkai to Waithau Lamkai, which is constructed under Public Works Department, taking initiative by Keystone Private Limited, has been undergoing in full swing. MLA of Kairao Assembly constituency, Karam Thamarjit, inspected the road constructed along with engineers of PWD today. Many officials of the company also participated in the inspection visit. MLA Karam Thamarjit said the construction of road, which cost approximately about 8 crore 80 lakhs, is expected to complete by the end of July. The said road, which is being constructed at present, will be an important road to pass through during band and blockades in the national highway in Falmore Road, he added.
Langdum Haijambam Dana, Sigi Waithau, National Highway 39 Tainaba, Siboni. See, about kilometer trying to get a hill, trying to do. See, Ahambada, who is a he whom Marim Mandi, same get a Wanga Maktaba. Same the Buddhist, he Tara Marima Hilavene. The Yam Marui Belambidina Kana, Tanaramatunda, some Makona Fund location about 8.8 crore muk, locator kind of assembly.
Despite repeated assurances from Minister of Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution on providing rightful amount of rations to the beneficiaries National Food Security Act, complaints are still pouring in unabatedly. In connection with Van Mahotsav, a sapling plantation program organized by Forest Department in association with CC Higher Secondary School was held on the school campus today. Speaking on the occasion, Principal Chief Conservator of the department, P.N. Prasad, said sapling plantation programs will be held at 5 different schools and at Kangla in connection with the Van Mahotsav.
That each and everyone should plant a tree. Because unless we plant tree, unless we have tree cover, unless we have wildlife, we are going to suffer the adverse impact of the climate. So for saving ourselves from the adverse impact of climate, we need to have more and more tree so that our environment is clean, the state is beautiful, and the various plants and these wildlife are prosper, and the people are happy, healthy and cheerful, and they get all sort of their requirement, and lifestyle of the people becomes more beautiful.
And talking to media persons, Principal of CC Higher Secondary School S. Indrani Devi praised the works taken up by the Forest Department.
Samaga Mari Lenina, Akoi School Sida, Akoi Sumba Uthabagi function, Akoi program, Hodok Pase, Asuki Matik Nuazi, Akoi Satra Mayam, Ozamayam Puna, Sigi program, see Akoi request of Zeraga, Akoi School just Simbi, the Bahazaki Forest Department, Tavidana, Simbi Basi, Asuki Matik Nungai, Matunga, Sugumba program, see Sinbiraga, Akoi School, see Ahan Biraga, Laibaki, Amasu, Kunai Gizakat, climate change, just over. A felicitation program organized by the Youth Club at Yangang Pokpi in Lamlai Assembly constituency
for the meritorious Class 10 students of the area was held yesterday. Prizes were distributed to 10 selected students on the occasion. Pradhan of Saijang Gram Panchayat Tilochana I. Dinesh and President of the club along with other members of the club were present at the felicitation program. And in the national news we have, in the first such exercise, Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a 5-hour-long meeting with his entire Council of Ministers to review how every department of his government has spent every rupee allocated to it since June 2014. And at the end of the meet, Prime Minister Modi indicated to his ministers that they can't sit easy as he will hold a similar exercise every 3 months. Prime Minister Modi asked his ministers to think out of the box to ensure that the benefit of allocations from budgets reach the last denominator. He also asked ministries which were trailing in performance to do better. Prime Minister Modi asked ministers to cut delays in implementation of schemes and projects. There are a total of 42 key departments in the Government of India. The meeting involved a review of how every department has implemented and how fruitfully allocations were made under the last 3 budgets the NDA government has presented. The Finance Secretary and secretaries of respective departments made detailed presentations of over 100 pages to ministers to back up their department performance. Prime Minister Modi asked them to do better. If his government has attracted political attacks for not keeping promises made in the party manifestos, he asked the ministers to read up the campaign documents and shape and implement policies to ensure that the public trust what the party promises them during campaign. The review made it evident that the target fixed for 2014 to 15 were met. The Prime Minister urged the ministers to ensure that the agenda for 2015 to 16, if incomplete, should be delivered and work should begin in earnest to ensure that 2016 to 17 is better in terms of delivery. Prime Minister Modi has been holding a meeting of his council every month, but these monthly meets were only to review the performance of only 4 or 5 ministries and departments. Yesterday meet had heightened the speculation about a long-awaited cabinet resigned by PM Modi. Sources in the government had indicated that the Prime Minister is holding the review as a measure to gauge how ministers have performed. Though there is buzz that the reshuffle may happen in the next 2-3 days, along with changes in BJP President Amit Shah team, there was no clear confirmation from the top. And now the headlines once again. Funeral service of Chairman of NSCN IM Ishaq TC Su observed at Hebron. Well, thank you so much for joining with us.